Alright, Knights of Apollo, welcome back to Total War Rome 2. Today we have a siege battle in the grand city of Athens. On the attack, we have, well, Athens, Arverni, and Epirus. On the defense, we have Boii, Egypt, and Lusitani. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Alright, here we are on the battlefield, and right out of the gate, Athens is being very, very aggressive. So let me just kind of show you the positioning of the armies here. So Athens is already rushing forward with the tortoises. He brought a lot of tortoises. He deployed them very aggressively next to these walls. He also has artillery opening fire into the city. Now, I assume he's blind firing here. I don't really see anything. But he might want to wait. I think it's worth it to just wait and see where the enemy forces are before you fire. Maybe he was just shooting one. He's like, you know what? I'll aim for a big open space and maybe I'll get lucky. Over on the other side, same strat here with Arverni. Moving up infantry to very aggressively deployed siege equipment. And you could say the same thing about Epirus over here, who's bringing up some levies, who's going to attack this side of the wall. Now, the thing about Athens is that usually it's attacked over on this side. This is small Athens too. I think Athens gets a lot bigger, but most of the time players attack this side. But this time we're seeing a bit of an assault over on this front. Now, the reason they usually attack over on this side is because there's a lot of openings and pathways you can take that, you can attack from different ways. While over on this side, it's very narrow. For example, right here, you could hold off this entire section of wall with one unit. Over on this side, same thing. One unit here, one unit here. So that's usually why you don't see players attack that side and mostly attack this front. It's just so much more opportunity, so more wall to attack. But so far, we have yet to see... Okay, finally, we've seen our first infantry on the defending side, which of course is Egypt. And sure enough, he is using the choke points to hold the... Oh, wait, no. He's being a little bit more aggressive over on this front. Is he sallying out? Okay, yes, we have Boii. Boii is here as well. He's gonna sally out with 2 units of axe warriors. I like it. I went from like, man, these defenders are being very passive to, man, these defenders are being very aggressive. So this is obviously a suicide mission. This is not going to lead to any sort of unbelievable victory. It's going to buy time. It's going to slow down and disrupt the Athenian assault. So yeah, it's not a terrible idea, but don't send in your best units into this fight because they will get overwhelmed and they will die to lesser units because they'll be able to outflank the smaller amount of units which the attackers are sending out. Egypt is still holding this inner street, and Athens is not letting up. Athens is going to send in some thorax swordsmen right into the fray. They get hit with volleys of pila or javelins, but they return the favor and they're going to charge in. Both sides not really losing too many to javies there, which is good to see for both sides. So let's see what's going on with Epirus on the other side, because we've yet to see Lusitani yet in the battle. And there we go. We've got there they are. There's Lusitani. So Lusitani, I assume, is going to be watching mostly this front, but you never know. I mean, that's how honestly, guys, I recommend each player hold their own front. And the reason for that is because if you're holding multiple fronts, your micro is going to suffer. Even if you're a god at microing, you're still going to be slightly delayed when making maneuvers because you have to watch this front, and then you have to watch this front, and then you have to watch this, so just focus your total attention to one front. Now, sometimes, especially in bigger battles, when you have like 4v4, you can have one player that is a dedicated support player that will hold all of his troops in reserve and send them wherever needed. That's usually a pretty good tactic, but the reason that works is because you're using a small amount of troops to support multiple areas, not an entire army trying to support multiple areas, if you understand what I'm talking about. But Boei continues to sally out troops. They continue, and Egypt as well, they continue to push up troops. We have artillery now, very nice, going for big blobs of troops. Egypt holding a lot of troops in reserve in this one area. That's a good spot. Arverni is now entering the building, the settlement here. And with little to zero resistance, so they're gonna I would just go in and start fighting here, unless you want to sit back and let the artillery do some work, which they certainly have been doing some work, getting some good kills. Not a ton of kills, but it's something. And then back over here, the fight continues. Ooh, I like this attack spot here. Very big corner. It's always good to attack the corners, like right here with the tortoises. This guy knows what he's doing. Attack the corners where it slightly bends and the openings are bigger compared to if you just attack the flat wall here. So, and there he goes. He's gonna, I thought this was, sometimes the tortoises glitch out and they don't finish the wall. What? Did this tortoise damage this wall even though he was attacking this one? Okay, that makes no sense. Tortoises can be a little glitchy, just like a lot of things in this game. But yeah, Epirus is hanging back, and he's going to get ready to attack. Boei needs to slow down here. They need to stop with this. They're now sending out sword followers against the Thorax swordsmen. They need to stop because this is not a winning battle for the defenders. In most cases, when you sally out infantry, it does not lead to a successful operation. It leads to just chaos. And really, when you're on defense, this is the number one thing you need to remember, is like you want your troops to fight in their fullest potential. You want every unit to get as many kills as possible, and to do that is by holding choke points and superior defensive positions compared to your opponent. And when you sally outside, obviously it's a bit more of an even playing field, and you can easily get maneuvered and surrounded by more numbers. But yeah, Boei is starting to break here. I like the use of the arrow towers. That's going to help a little bit, but I don't think it's enough to really, to sally out that many troops. But over here, Egypt is still holding this front. They've held back the Athenian push, but they're going to have many more. Over on this side, Athens is trying to get through this gate. They're really trying to take control of this area, which is a very important strategic area. Gate houses, they shoot a lot of arrows. You know, they can pile up the bodies. So it is important to take control of the gate, and you can see the defenders are putting up a pretty strong resistance here with a lot of archers and defensive units like the thorough spears, which I never pronounced correctly. Artillery still crashing in from the attackers. Here we go. Arverni is on the attack. Oh, okay, you can attack over here. So you can attack over here. It's still difficult, but it's nice to know that there's more than just one path. I wasn't sure. I kind of forgot. I was like, can you go up here? I don't know. But it's good that you can, because that's going to give Arverni another lane of attack. And Arverni is getting hit hard by skirmishers. Artillery still coming down, trying to pepper down the archers that are up on the high ground. They've learned from Star Wars. Over here, Lusitani, very good to see that he's mainly focusing against Epirus. Epirus, I don't know. I'm not sure what they're doing exactly. They've got their men in nice organized formation, and they're falling back. It's not a terrible idea. This isn't awful because he's kind of alone. And you know, you'll hear me preach all the time in this game that you need to work together and attack at the same time. That's true when you're really close to each other. But when you're really far away and it's a 1v1, holding back while your teammates attack isn't necessarily bad. Now, if your teammates start to lose, you might want to do something and try to win on your side. But if your teammates are doing okay, which so far I think Athens and Arverni are doing okay, you can kind of hold back and wait. And then you'll start to see Lusitani peel troops away from this front to help their allies. And then that's when you kind of put the pressure on them and start attacking these different choke points. Let's go back over to the Arverni Athenian front, where we have a general from Boii, Oathsworn, already being thrown into the fray. Nice. Some mercenary Thracian warriors from Athens. I love that they can bring them to the fight. And look at them just hacking away. Hacking away. There we go. They're going to throw it. These guys will do some heavy damage. They've got a good charge damage as well. And look at, they're even behind enemies. What's going on over here? Why are they? Oh, Egypt. Egypt is screwed here. This unit of thorax swords. Are these thorax swords? Yeah, thorax swords are going to get surrounded. And that is not good. They can try saving them. I would try to. I don't think you can save them. And there we go. Nice little charge. Sort of a charge of the Thracian warriors into the Thorough Spears. Which I believe these Thracian warriors should defeat the Thorough Spears. What makes the Thorough Spears really good is that they're one javelin away from being a skirmish unit. So when people give you rules like max 4 skirmishers, the Thorough Spears technically do not count as skirmishers. And to bring a lot of them gives you a lot more projectile capability. I think they have 3 volleys worth of javelins, which is really good. But they are considered infantry, so you can kind of put them in their, put them in your army, which adds a bit more strength to their skirmishing, your army's skirmishing capability. But here we go. Boii is going to try to save the Athenian, well, it's not the Athenian, the Egyptians, but I think it's too late. The Egyptians are breaking, though. Or the Athenians. Oh, I'm so sorry. I always mix them up. They look so similar, banner-wise. And here we go. The fight continues over on this side at this choke point. Very nice. And then over on this front, we've got another massive charge of chosen swordsmen into the Thorough Spears of Egypt. It's a hell of a fight there. Now the fight over on this side has slowed down quite a bit. You can see Arverni's kind of struggling here a little bit to break through these choke points. Boii is doing a great job. Egypt is doing a great job. Let's see what's happening over here. Yeah, sure enough. I'm not a fan of this. What is this? What is this? It looks like a big sign, like, go this way. Go this way. What is this, huh? What is this? Why you do this? I don't know what his plan is here. Again, maybe his teammates told him to just hold his ground. That is a possibility. It might not be a bad idea. So we'll see. We'll get back to that later. Honestly, it helps us be able to focus on this fight over here. So it's getting to the point where generals might have to be tossed into the fight. Egypt is pretty much have sent in all of their forces. They've got a couple troops just kind of waiting. Oh, pikemen. Oh, pikemen would be absolutely so brutally helpful here. And now Boii and Egypt are just piling on. They really want to break this Athenian thorax swordsman. A nice stand right there. And now we've got a huge push by Arverni. They are charging in and taking out those spears. Now, I'm not a huge fan of that push. A lot of units in the back here are not even really fighting. I think he should have just sent 2 kind of like that, and then just kind of held back the others. I mean, this is, I would say 80% of the troops are not even fighting, so they're just getting tired killing nothing. So he might want to, there we go. Yeah, just reorganize. I don't know what his plan was there, but he needs to send in, yes, just like that. Just like that. These 2 units of Celtic warriors, that's all you need. That's all you need. Back over here, still no fighting going on. And then back over in this front, still nothing going on as well. So let's head back over here. It's not looking good. Arverni sending in reinforcements. Well, actually, it is looking good. I think Arverni is going to be able to take the gatehouse, but at what cost? They're just going to finish up the Egyptians. And now the Celtic warriors still hold on to the top. They're really preventing the attackers from capturing it, so it's staying neutral. So they're going to try to force a fight up on the walls. I kind of like that. I think that's a good play right there. It kind of makes their big numbers smaller up on these walls. Like the Battle of Thermopylae. Look at this statue, like, don't fight near me. Thorax swordsmen holding their ground. Egypt facing the Celtic warriors of Arverni. And now we have Noble Horse going through the gaps. Oh my god, Arverni is sending in the general on a very risky mission, going for skirmishers, but he's not going to do it. Nice defense from the defenders. Good defensive play. They're going to go up and probably close the gap here. Now we also have the Athenian general joining the fight as well. And he's going to look for an opportunity. All right, so they've got both generals. This is like a high-risk moment for the attackers, because if they throw their generals into a stupid situation, it's over. They're not going to be able to win this one. They've got to keep their generals alive. They're going to hammer and anvil the Egyptians. That's a great play, right? Oh my gosh. Annihilated that unit. And the Celtic warriors over here actually came off the wall and attacked. He should have stayed on the wall, in my opinion. But maybe he's going for the general here. Again, another high-risk situation. The Athenian general is going to get out of there. And now the Arverni general is going to go in. Really trying to clean up these troops who are still kind of defending this outer wall. And just like that, they are breaking. Man, this is not good. Okay, so pikemen finally been called up. Oh, that's because Egypt has their pikemen, thorax pikemen, which are better than just standard pikemen. They are in position over here. Oh, they're going to need more troops to hold against Arverni. Arverni's been very patient. He still has a lot of troops left in this fight, where Athens doesn't have as much. See, Lusitani. We're starting to see it, guys. Lusitani starting to send reinforcements over this side. This means Epirus needs to go in, and sure enough, he's doing it. He's doing it. Now, you know, the noob square that he made is a little weird. He's still making it. I don't know why. I guess he's worried about Cav. Is there hidden Cav somewhere? Maybe. Let's not forget, Lusitani is great at ambushing, so maybe that's why. But he's going to go ahead and begin the attack now that Lusitani has been sending reinforcements over to their allies' side. Boii still has a decent amount of troops here. Over on this front, though, the generals are knocking on the door. They are doing some heavy damage. Now here comes the Athenian general charging in as well, trying to take out the skirmishers of Boii. An absolute madhouse right now. And Lusitani has shifted a lot of their army over here. Veteran shield warriors, guerrilla warriors, guerrilla and... Okay, so 3 units of guerrilla warriors and some veteran shield warriors. But this is a great opportunity to kill some generals. You can kill them, it's over. But they've kind of ran through the skirmishers of Boei, and now they're looking for juicier targets. Can they do it though? Can they pull it off? This is a big risk moment right here. Let's see how Epirus is doing. Honestly, I feel like if Epirus loses here, it's over for the attack. So we'll see how Lusitani holds. So far, this is playing in favor of Lusitani because he's going to be able to hold off this much larger force with fewer troops because he's only attacking one choke point. Like, he needs to try to push these other breaches and be everywhere. So far, this is good for Lusitani and the defenders. I think the biggest thing they have to deal with is killing the generals, which the generals are going to capture the center point. Now, they do have to dismount to capture it. They can neutralize it on horseback, but they can't capture it. And, you know, this is a great example of why it's good to bring cav on defense. Like, if you had 1 or 2 cav units, you could chase down the generals. They are going for the cap victory. They are going for the cap victory. They've got to send... Okay, they're going to send this unit of Celtic warriors, but they're going to need to send more than that. And let's see, are they going to send Lusitani sending their general as well? Okay, this might actually be pretty good for the defenders. As long as they can get there in time. Oh, that cav is going to keep them out of the zone. Excuse me. They're going to keep them out of the zone. And they're actually going to easily break them. That is not good. They've captured the town center. So what this means is that the timer, you can't see it right now, but the timer is clicking. It's going down. And that's going to cause a lot of troops to get away from the front. And they've got to do something about this. Oh, no. He should have just held his ground and formed a shield wall. I don't know why he's just kind of mindlessly throwing them into cav units that are just going to trample them to death. I'm pretty sure the Celtic warriors can form shield wall. Wow. I can't believe it. The 2 generals are keeping the defenders at bay. You got to get... No. This unit needs to go to the capture point. It must go to the capture point. Unbelievable. Now they're desperately scrambling their generals. What are you doing, Lusitani? Go to the capture point. Lusitani! Time is against you, brother. Oh my gosh. They just finished up a skirmisher unit. Meanwhile, the armies are still holding and fighting at these strategic choke points. No way. Dude, if I was Boei, I'd be like, Lusitani! What are you doing? What happened to my red line here? What is this? Oh my. Alright, form shield wall. Form shield wall. I know you can do it with Oath Sworn. Oh, they're gonna... Oh, nice! But they gotta just run past the cav. Doesn't matter if they kill the general. They're running out of time. Lusitani, please. Lusitani could have won this battle. He could have won this battle. And by looking at how much time is left on this battle replay, I don't think they're going to do it. I think the attackers... Oh, there we go. There we go. Boei's here. He's decapping it. That's good. That's good. But he's got to hurry up because he's got to neutralize it. No. Wow. Guys. And a victory by capturing the zone. We don't get a lot of those. And it's always extra special when we do to just see how it happens. Most of the time, the defenders don't realize that that's the victory point, and you'll have the attackers just go in and take it. But in this case, I guess the defenders just didn't assume that they would make it in here. The generals went buck wild, okay? Went in here and took it and did a great job of working together and breaking units of infantry trying to take it back. There's no reason they should have won because Lusitani had ample opportunity to just send a unit they had like right here. Instead, it was chasing Cav instead of just going into the capture zone and stopping the timer. That was a huge missed opportunity, and because of that, they lost the battle. And this was going to be a defensive victory if they just held on to the capture zone, because Epirus, they were doing nothing. I mean, they were getting bottlenecked over here. So let's end the replay and check out this battle. This was sent in by Cepez. I'm so sorry if I slaughtered your name. He uploaded the replay onto my Discord. That's the best way to send in replays. It's really easy for me. It's easy for the people uploading them. And it also gives access to the replays to the community so they can watch them on their own time. So yeah, this was a fun battle, a short battle. That's why it was so short. But nonetheless fun. And you can see, I mean, look at the kills here by Boei. He was doing a great job. But Lusitani, he just had to send in his general, and I think they would have won the battle. But GG to all the players here. This was a lot of fun to watch. It was different. It was exciting. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, of course, subscribe, like, share. It does help the channel a lot. I do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time on the battlefield.